Kevin on Facebook sent me a very simple recipe. It's supposed to be simple. We'll see how simple it is for me. For these M&M peanut butter balls. And the video, he sent me a video and it just made it look so easy. And I love peanut butter and M&Ms and chocolate. And so this has everything. So what you do is you have 2.5 cups of powdered sugar. You have 1/2 cup of melted butter.
1 stick.
Or what?
1 stick.
Or 1 stick. And you have 1.5 cups peanut butter. So now what you're supposed to be able to do is pour all of this into a bowl. Now I'm gonna just go ahead and get my hands dirty. I'm gonna put a little grease on them just so that to try to lessen the stickiness of it. But I have next to me, I have a piece of parchment paper on a cookie sheet. Okay, now we bought a bag of baking M&Ms, and these are the minis, and they're actually red and green Christmas colors, and Kevin's gonna pour in almost a cup. The video did not give a specific amount, a specific measurement that I saw, and so I've just figured that looks like about a cup of plain M&Ms. So we'll have some left over, and we are going to use more than these. So
you need more?
No, we're going to use more than these at the end.
Oh.
At the end, we're going to top it all off with a little M&M, but you'll see that later. So now I am going to start forming this into little balls, and you can see my hands are nice and dirty, but that's okay.
Yeah, the spray didn't help much.
No, the spray didn't help much. That's okay. And I'm just going to form it into little balls, and a lot of you would probably say you could use a cookie scoop or whatever. I don't know why I didn't, honestly. I should have used a cookie scoop, but now my hands are dirty, and so that's okay. At least they were clean. Okay, I do have to say that next time I would use a cookie scoop. I don't know why I didn't this time, I just didn't. But what you need to do is you need to put these in the freezer just like they are for at least 20 minutes or until they're hard. Okay, so these have been in the freezer and they are frozen solid. And what I'm going to do, this is 2 cups of the Nestle semi-sweet morsels. I'm going to put this is a microwave safe ball. I'm going to put this in the microwave for 60 seconds and then stir it, and I'll go from there.
And add 15 seconds if you need to, if it's not melted.
Okay, this is after it's been in the microwave. Kevin heated it up, so I'm going to let Kevin tell you about it.
I heated it up for 50 seconds, and then I stirred it really good, and then I took it, and then I had to do it another 15 seconds.
I
think it was perfect.
I think I put too much chocolate on there, didn't I?
That's all right.
Yeah. And then you just are going to lay it on back on your parchment paper. And since I made these so big, I can put a couple of M&Ms. The ones that I saw on Facebook, they only had like 1 M&M on the top, which shows me now how little those were. These are just some big balls. we used the 2 cups of chocolate, and now we're actually going to measure out 2 more cups. And because I made these balls so big that they just need a lot more chocolate.
I think it would have ended up being, if you just because you had the smaller ones would have been the same amount of chocolate.
Same amount of chocolate, yeah, you're probably right. So anyway, but I didn't want to heat all the chocolate up at one time because it would have cooled off and then you would have been stuck with a mess. So really, I recommend heating your 2 cups up, use it, get it as far as you can go, and then heat 2 more cups up. That's why it's good to have one of these big bags on hand. This is a 1 pound, 8 ounce bag, so it's a pretty good size bag. So we're gonna heat this up in the microwave and we'll be right back. Okay, so this is how they look when they are finished. And I am going to, it did not say to keep them cold, however, that's what I'm going to do. I have a tin here that has a lid, and I am just going to put them in a tin or in several tins and keep them cool, and then I think they'll be nice to eat cool. So anyway, I'm gonna put some of these in here, and then Kevin and I will try a bite in just a few minutes. Okay, we got one to share because it's huge.
It is big.
It's very big. Do you want to take the first bite?
Good.
You want me to?
No.
Okay, here we go.
That's huge. I think next time I make them much smaller, like half that size.
But
it's also melty.
it's absolutely delicious. I love it. That peanut butter flavor is awesome. Since this is the first time I made them, I didn't know how big to make them. But let me just say that when I first made my first Oreo balls, I made those too big the first time too.
Yeah.
They were absolutely.
You don't know how to do it.
You don't know how big to make them. They were absolutely gigantic. So after that, after the first time, I used a cookie scoop, and then they were perfect.
Yeah.
So what I would do with these is from now on, if I make them, I will use a cookie scoop, and then they'll be the perfect size. Those are awesome.
They're really good. The other thing I would do is that chocolate. I would either do chocolate almond bark.
Do they make chocolate almond bark? I didn't know that.
To where it gets harder on the outside, like a crispy shell. Or I would put some kind of paraffin or wax or something in there to make it firm, because they just melt like a candy bar right now.
Well, I love it.
It's really good. The flavor is excellent.
That is awesome. Kevin, thank you so much for sending me this video on Facebook. It was well worth it. I think kids would go crazy over these. So I'm going to make sure that we give some to Christina and Andrew and Gavin. So thanks for watching.